Yo, I know I'm making Splatoon 1 content for an entire month right now, but this is something that where I have to break the claws off because this is some huge Nintendo Switch 2 news that could affect Splatoon 4 or the next Splatoon game, whatever it's called, in a huge way. This is a Twitter post some of you guys may or may not have seen already, but basically what it says is just confirmed. You can connect your own gaming mouse to the Nintendo Switch 2 with USB to enable mouse controls instead of using the Joy-Con 2. Splatoon 4 about to be the most try-hard sweatfest we've ever seen. And how is this confirmed? You can see this screenshot of a game basically saying that it has connected a USB mouse into the thing. But just to show you guys, there was this showcase on Nobunaga's Ambition Awakening CE. I know I butchered the name. I'm not even trying to say it. However, they are basically showing some Nintendo Switch 2 gameplay of this game, but then they showcase that you can connect a USB mouse directly into your Nintendo Switch 2 and it will actually show up on the Switch itself. As we can just go ahead and play the video right here. It has a few subtitles as well, so I'll link this in the description below so you guys can watch it for yourself. But it's around at like 10:45. Right there. As you can see here, there is now a mouse symbol, Joy-Con 2, and now you can use the mouse within this game. And they also showcase it right here. They have the mouse connected into the game. And as you can see, they start moving the mouse and it works just like how you would think any other mouse would. Now I have to bring this up because it's a thing of what will this mean for other Nintendo Switch 2 games? Is it going to be a thing where specific Nintendo Switch 2 games are going to be able to connect using a mouse, or is it just this one in particular? I think the fact that the Nintendo Switch 2 has an icon to show that you've connected a mouse in general is extremely promising. And at least it is something that Nintendo has actually looked into just to make it so that other games could actually use a mouse function in a more comfortable way. Because personally, since I've already played, I guess Metroid Prime using the mouse controls, I just felt personally, ergonomically, the Joy-Con using that as a mouse is not as comfortable as you'd want it. But if I had I guess the ability just to use my own mouse, just connect it just directly into the Nintendo Switch, that in itself would just be a whole game changer. There's so many things that you kind of have to look at about this. I think one of them is just making sure how you can map every single button onto your mouse, and if there is that customization to be able to do that directly on a Nintendo Switch 2, because I'm thinking like if this was something that was possible for Splatoon or just Splatoon 4, whatever the next Splatoon game is going to be called, I think the biggest thing is just being able to have the flexibility to control what inputs are going where and what buttons can be mapped to all that type of stuff. So now, of course, this is not like a confirmation that Splatoon will eventually get mouse controls. I mean, I think it's kind of like it's a no-brainer for me to see that Splatoon 4, the next game, will get mouse controls, because it's just like the game's a friggin' shooter game. Like, if you're going to allow Metroid Prime the ability to be able to use mouse controls, then you're going to definitely make your main shooter IP to be able to use it as well. So it's most likely that, of course, but the next Splatoon game will be able to enable mouse controls, and maybe if we're lucky as well, they will also allow us to use our own mice as well. Because personally for me, I have like maybe 20 mice under my bed over the years of playing many first-person shooters and third-person shooters. But like, so having that, I guess, accessibility to be able to use a mouse, or my own mouse, would be very, very amazing if that was possible. It's also a thing that I'm kind of wondering, like, is it going to be just USB mice, like hardwired mice? Would you be able to use like a wireless mouse like I'm holding right now? I heard something that you can also connect a keyboard to Nintendo Switch 2, but I'm not entirely sure. That's someone who told me in my Twitch channel one day, but I don't know. I mean, I haven't verified the source, but if we do have the ability to be able to use both keyboard and mouse, just connecting it directly into the system, that would be a huge step up. Now, if we're going back into Splatoon terms once again, because people are always just going to keep bringing this up with me, it's just that, is gyro going to be better than mouse, or is mouse just going to be super dominant? And of course, just to break this down briefly, I personally think it's just going to live both together, and I think they're both just going to be as good as each other. Gyro controls have their own pros, and mouse controls has their own pros as well, but they all both come with their cons as well. So I just think at the end of the day, how both are going to be super precise on a Nintendo Switch 2. It's just going to be a matter of what people feel is comfortable at the end of the day, because that's really all that matters. The one thing we can agree on though is that stick controls will be even more unoptimal if mouse control is then implemented into the game as well. So, but that's the thing, if we can now use our own mice as well, people who probably do use stick controls would probably switch to mouse if they had the chance. So, but in a way that could be seen as a good thing, because it just allows extra accessibility for players who don't really like gyro control, or players who are forced to use stick controls because of course they don't like gyro. They can actually use something else, and they use something more intuitive to them and something they're possibly or potentially more used to. It just allows a whole, new audience of players to find a way to get into the game of Splatoon, which is honestly something that we should all be excited for, because I am sure we want as many people as possible to try out Splatoon, and if they can try it in a way where it feels comfortable for them, then this is just a major W all around for everyone who plays games that are shooters or just plays games in general. So all in all, it is just a good thing, and I can only see really the positive aspects. I guess some people are always going to bring up the negatives when say like, oh, you know what, people who use mouse are overpowered because, you know, they can aim better than people. But I mean, like I've said this many times, millions of times, the game of Splatoon is not all about just aiming. It's about how you position yourself, how good your movement is, your timing of specials, and all that type of stuff. Like, I feel like gyro and mouse can do that type of stuff. So at the end of the day, I just think it's just going to be a really interesting clash when we eventually get to this point of seeing gyro and potentially mouse as well to be able to fight against each other, and then I guess see what actually comes of that. But either way, I'm personally really excited about all this. Like, even though it's just like just a snippet, just like, hey, you can actually connect a mouse within what's it called, your Nintendo Switch 2. I just think that it's been shown that you can do that. Shows, I guess, some promising aspects for the Nintendo Switch 2. Nintendo may allow it, Nintendo may not, but until we actually get this system and actually try it for ourselves, we don't exactly know anything. So, but either way, guys, let me know in the comment section below what you guys think about the mouse being connected directly into the system. Do you think it's a great thing? Do you think it's a scary thing for Splatoon? Do you think it's a welcome thing for just the Nintendo Switch 2 in general? Leave all your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below. And also make sure to like this video if you do enjoyed it, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Also, you probably noticed, yes, I am sick. So my voice is doing things that it doesn't normally do. But I hope you guys still appreciate the commentary regardless of that. So thank you guys. I appreciate you all. And I hope you guys have a good rest of your day.